Hey folks, Nikolai54 here on X and Stock Twits, back with a new video here on a new company that I have come across here that I've been looking at for this last week. What if I told you this small cap company just partnered with a tech group connected to IBM, Microsoft, the UK National Health Services, and a former NASA rocket scientist? And on top of that, they recently canceled 400 million shares, eliminated debt, and restructured management. So what's this ticker? It's XALL. So Xalles Holdings, I believe is how you say it. XALL is the ticker. And why this adaptive analytics and Spark Compass partnership might matter more than people realize. So we're going to kind of talk about that today. So what's going on, everybody? If you're into small caps, emerging tech, and asymmetric setups, you're in the right place. We are going to get into a new ticker here that's got some things happening. Today, it's all about XALL, specifically the subsidiary Adaptive Analytics. And it's a strategic partnership with Spark Compass Total Communicator Solutions. Remember that. This isn't a hype video or anything. It's just really getting into connecting some dots of some recent developments that I have. I was looking at this week, and it came across my feed, and I kind of dug into it. It got to be honest with you, I think it hit DD Amanda is who I'm on my scanner I use. I think it hit DD Amanda on Monday. So it was just one of the tickers that I was actually looking at, and I saw that I had an interesting story, and the trading has been good. It's been some good liquidity trading through it. So this isn't one that's got $500 trading a day or something like that. This has got thousands of dollars a day running through it. Folks have definitely found it, and they're starting to try to trade it and or accumulate it. But here's what we know. XALL subsidiary Adaptive Analytics has partnered with Spark Compass, which operates under Total Communicator Solutions, Inc. So Spark Compass itself is a cutting-edge data company focusing on real-time analytics, intelligent communication, augmented intelligence platforms, right? AI, blockchain, integrated data systems, and OG to 5G sensor integration. I didn't know there was an 0G, I guess. So this isn't just an app level tech. This is actually an infrastructure level AI and communications deal. And here's where it does get interesting. So Spark Compass was founded by Eric, I'm going to really mess up the name, but Bointegard. It's a Bointegard, Bointegard, who actually describes himself as a former NASA rocket scientist. So there's that. He worked in digital twin technology for rocket ships, involved in FAA airworthiness certifications, background in robotics and underwater systems, and founder of Contextually Intelligent Communications. All right, so that's a whole lot of stuff. So it sounds like this guy's got a pretty good engineering pedigree, I would say. And he also talks about endorsements or collaborations, rather, aligned with IBM, Microsoft, Qualcomm, CGI, Apple, Altos. So some big names that has been mentioned. He mentioned also in an article I read that worked with IBM Watson, UK National Health Services. All I got to say is, even if a fraction of those are active partnerships, this could be that's a pretty serious network. So let's look at the AI angle here with healthcare. One of the core verticals for Spark Compass discusses healthcare intelligence. This is a big space, especially these days. Aggregating patient data, real-time monitoring, AI-driven detection, intelligent voice command, blockchain secured medical data, and sensor-based monitoring environment. So what's the goal with this company? It's all about predictive care and preventative intervention. So that's a big space that they're in, and that's a massive total addressable market, especially in the U.S. and abroad in the UK and so on, as the aging population continues to age. So let's look at their media arm. I thought this was interesting here, and I got some notes here. Media arm going public. So this is an interesting detail, and I got to be honest, one of the things that has drawn me to this. So Spark Compass Media Group is reportedly planning to enter the U.S. public market in Q1 of 2026. So that's going to be in the next couple of months, folks, that there's going to be something mentioned out there about Spark Compass Media Group going public. So if that materializes, you're talking about cross-company valuation lift, strategic financing channels. I mean, it's going to open the door for a lot. XALL will be definitely, on the radar. Not guaranteed, but that is definitely noticeable here in the timeline, right? So let's talk structure on this one. And this is another thing that's kind of grabbed my attention this week and really what hooked me in to start doing some digging on it. So the recent developments that they've mentioned is a 400 million share cancellation, debt being retired, and a management restructure. So you got to ask yourself, when you got a company that's in the trips, kind of doing all these things, and of course they're trading now in the dubs, but I mean, it's a ranging trade from dub 10 to 14 this last week. For a small cap stock, the structure of the debt, the structure of the shares issued, the structure of the convert, all that stuff is extremely important, right? Those of you who've been around the OTC a long time know that anytime you see a bunch of debt and convertibles on the balance sheet, that those are going to get converted, and it's going to kill any kind of a run as those guys convert their shares and pay off the debt that was issued, right? Reducing outstanding shares and eliminating debt can dynamically change what this thing is going to do, especially if news comes in and we start to see some increase on that side. Volume's going to increase and the float's going to tighten on this one because we've been seeing some nice runs lately. Talking about VMHG and SNTX. Just to name a couple, and it's been about, acquisitions and partnerships and things of that nature. And these things have ran, from trips, dubs to pennies. Just in the last quarter alone, those two both did. I don't see this one being any different. Again, not financial advice, but it's the same type of setup with this one, and it's got a pretty good share structure as we are without all the extra stuff going on here behind the scenes. So we have an AI healthcare communications infrastructure narrative, right? We have enterprise level connections with this guy, leadership with aerospace engineering background, a subsidiary partnership alignment, a potential media IPO catalyst, and a share structure cleanup. So for a small cap stock, that's a pretty big deal. So execution is going to matter, revenue is going to matter, filings are going to matter. But even if a part of this starts producing some sort of tangible, verified enterprise adoption, the market could react pretty quickly. So here's the bottom line. XALL, I wouldn't say is just a small tradable ticker. I think it's tied to a broader narrative involving some AI-driven healthcare, real-time analytics, potentially a global enterprise network situation. Time will tell. Will this thing execute? That's the real question. So drop your thoughts in the comments below. Anybody that's watching XALL, love to know your thoughts. Are you already in? Are you waiting for some confirmations? And as always, do your own research, not financial advice, just bringing you some interesting tidbits on this new ticker XALL. But it's definitely interesting, folks. So anyway, have a great weekend, guys, and I'll see you out in the markets. Thanks. Bye-bye.